Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Book Flash podcast. Today's episode is a special one. We're diving into the fascinating world of Hindu mythology, focusing on the beloved deity, Ganesha. And not just Ganesha, but his powerful weapons and the stories behind them. Right, Lisa?
Absolutely, Jeff. Ganesha is more than just the remover of obstacles. His weapons tell us so much about his wisdom and strength. Each one carries deep symbolism and has incredible stories attached to it. So, let's get started by breaking down the main weapons he's often depicted with.
Yeah, let's begin with the Ankusha, the elephant goad. This one always intrigued me. You see Ganesha holding it in many depictions, but what's the story behind it?
The Ankusha is fascinating. It's typically used to control elephants, but in Ganesha's case, it symbolizes his control over the mind. The Ankusha helps him guide his followers away from the chaos of worldly distractions and toward self-discipline. There's a story about how Ganesha used the Ankusha to help a king control his own inner demons.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Wasn't the king struggling with anger and pride? Ganesha appeared and taught him how to control these emotions using the symbol of the Ankusha. It's all about mastering your mind, right?
Exactly. And that's just one story. The Ankusha is also used to remove obstacles from the spiritual path, much like how a goad guides an elephant. But it's not all about control. Let's talk about the Pasha, or noose. That one has a different energy.
Oh, the Pasha. That's such a cool weapon. It's usually seen in Ganesha's other hand, right? So, what's the story behind that?
The Pasha represents bondage and liberation. It's a tool that symbolizes Ganesha's ability to bind negative energy or liberate us from the cycles of attachment. There's a story where Ganesha used the Pasha to trap a demon that was tormenting a village. But instead of destroying the demon, he transformed it. The Pasha wasn't just a weapon. It was a means of transforming negativity into something positive.
I love that. It's like Ganesha's way of saying, don't run away from your challenges, face them and transform them. So, he's not just removing obstacles, he's reshaping them into opportunities for growth.
Exactly. And now, let's move to the Parashu, or axe. This weapon is a bit more aggressive in nature, but it has its own fascinating symbolism.
The Parashu, I think this one is connected to Ganesha's protection aspect, right?
You got it. The Parashu is used to cut off attachments, especially material attachments. It's like Ganesha's way of saying sometimes you have to make tough choices to move forward. One of the famous stories is when Ganesha used the Parashu to sever his own tusk. Remember the story of Ekadanta?
Yes, that's the one where Ganesha broke off his tusk to use it as a writing tool for the Mahabharata. Talk about sacrifice and focus. I love how the Parashu isn't just about cutting through obstacles, but also about self-sacrifice for a greater cause.
Totally. And speaking of tusks, Ganesha's broken tusk itself became a symbol of his wisdom. It reminds us that even our flaws and imperfections can be sources of strength.
That's deep. So far, we've covered the Ankusha, the Pasha, the Parashu, and Ganesha's tusk. But what about the Modaka? It's not exactly a weapon, but I think it has a significant place in his imagery.
Oh, definitely. The Modaka is not a weapon, but a symbol of the rewards of spiritual pursuit. It's the sweet reward of wisdom. The story goes that Ganesha is often depicted holding a bowl of modakas as a sign that once you overcome your obstacles, sweetness, or spiritual fulfillment awaits you. It's the ultimate blessing after overcoming the challenges life throws at you.
So, in a way, Ganesha's arsenal isn't just about weapons in the traditional sense, it's a toolkit for life. Control, liberation, sacrifice, and sweet rewards all in one.
Exactly. Each one has a deeper meaning. Whether it's controlling your mind, cutting away unhealthy attachments, or experiencing the sweetness of success, Ganesha's weapons guide us through life's battles.
I think that's what makes Ganesha so relatable. He's this larger-than-life deity, but everything he holds represents something we can apply in our own lives.
So true, Jeff. Whether we're trying to control our thoughts, liberate ourselves from bad habits, or make sacrifices for the greater good, Ganesha has something to teach us. His weapons aren't just symbols of destruction, they're tools for personal transformation.
And on that note, I think we've given our listeners a lot to reflect on. Whether it's the Ankusha guiding us toward discipline or the Pasha helping us transform negativity, there's so much wisdom packed into these symbols.
Absolutely. I hope this episode inspires everyone to think about how they can apply Ganesha's teachings in their own lives. Remember, obstacles are just opportunities in disguise.
Couldn't have said it better, Lisa. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe and stay with us for more spiritual insights, stories, and deep dives into the wisdom of the ages. Until next time, keep learning and growing.
See you all in the next episode.